If your menstrual cycle feels like a roller coaster, heavy bleeding, irregular cycles or painful periods, you may have heard about GLP-1 medications and wondered if they could help. Well, stay tuned because today we're diving into the science. Hello and welcome. I'm Melanie McGrice, an advanced accredited practicing dietitian from Australia, specialising in women's health, reproductive conditions and fertility. My passion is helping women better understand the links between nutrition, hormones and reproductive health. Now let's unpack what GLP-1 medications could mean for your periods. So GLP-1 stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. It's a hormone your body naturally makes that helps regulate appetite and blood sugar levels. The medications mimic this hormone, and you may know them by names like semaglutide. Now, while they were originally developed for type 2 diabetes, they're increasingly being prescribed for weight loss. But because they impact insulin and metabolism so strongly, researchers have started looking at how they affect women's reproductive hormones too. Now, one of the areas where we have the most research so far is in women with polycystic ovarian syndrome. PCOS is very commonly linked with insulin resistance, and when insulin levels are high, they disrupt menstrual regularity. This is where GLP-1s may help. By improving insulin sensitivity, they lower circulating insulin levels and in turn may support more predictable cycles. In fact, a meta-analysis published in 2019 pulled together 8 randomised controlled trials, including over 460 women with PCOS. The researchers compared GLP-1 receptor agonists with metformin, which is the most traditional medication used for PCOS. What they found was really interesting. GLP-1s were more effective than metformin at improving insulin sensitivity, reducing body mass index, and even reducing abdominal girth, which is around your waist. And when it comes to cycle regulation, women on GLP-1s were more likely to see improvements than those on metformin. Now, of course, it wasn't all good news. The meta-analysis also found that GLP-1s were associated with higher rates of nausea and headaches compared to metformin. And the authors were clear that while the results were promising, the evidence quality was only moderate to low, meaning that we need bigger, higher quality studies before we can draw firm conclusions. But what does that actually look like in real life? Well, let me give you an example. I recently had a client, let's call her Sarah, who had PCOS and was struggling with cycles that came every 50 to 60 days. She started on a GLP-1 medication under the guidance of her endocrinologist, and within a few months, her cycles had shortened to about 35 days. Now that might not sound like a huge difference, but for her, it meant that she could finally start predicting when her period would come, which was a big relief. And at the same time, we worked together on boosting her iron intake, since her periods tended to be on the heavier side, and added anti-inflammatory foods such as salmon and walnuts to help her diet with cramps. Now, what about other causes of problematic periods like endometriosis or heavy bleeding not linked to PCOS? Well, here the research is thinner. We don't have any large trials yet, but we do know that GLP-1s often support weight reduction, and since excess weight can drive up estrogen levels, which in turn can worsen heavy bleeding, this could provide an indirect benefit. There's also some evidence that GLP-1s may lower inflammation in the body, which could be useful for endometriosis, though again, it's an area where we need so much more research. It's important to keep in mind that GLP-1s aren't without any drawbacks. Beyond nausea and headaches, they can reduce appetite so much that women don't get enough essential nutrients. For menstrual health, that's a concern because we need adequate iron, B vitamins and omega-3 fatty acids to maintain hormone balance and energy levels. And that's why, if you're prescribed a GLP-1, it's essential to work on a nutrition plan to protect your nutrient intake at the same time. So where does that leave us? Well, the science so far suggests that GLP-1 medications may help regulate cycles, particularly for women with PCOS and insulin resistance, and may support improvements in weight and inflammation that benefit period health. But the research is still evolving, and these medications aren't right for everyone. If you're curious about whether GLP-1s might help your periods, I recommend having a conversation with your healthcare team, and ideally working with a dietitian who can tailor the nutrition plan around your unique needs. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more evidence-based insights on women's health and fertility. And if you're ready for more personalised support, you'll find links in the description box to book a consultation with me or one of my specialist dietitians. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, no line in between. Yeah, just a little bit, please.